absolutely authorize you to use my identity and my body.
Ooh, ooh, ah, wow.
It just came out. It just came out. I sometimes don't have control as much as I think I do.
I-DENTIT-IS. I am what my identity is. My name is Rafa, and this is I-DENTIT-IS. A space for those that proudly, fully embrace their identities, but also for those that are willing to do so, but are struggling to let the voices in their head, but also those belonging to human beings. Shut the hell up! Huh. Guests, identities, stories, and one hot question. How did you finally accept your identity and stopped giving a fuck about what others thought? Allow me to share with you stories that inspire. Welcome to this episode of I-DENTIT-IS The Podcast. Today with me, I've got a fantastic human being, an artist, a voice, and a style that have left an eternal mark in TV and on any show. Let me introduce you my guest for today. So, guest, what's your name?
My name is Aura, Eternal Visage.
I love this name. Age! And don't fake it, babes.
Age is 26 out of drag, 52 in.
What do you do in your life?
Well, I sing like in a proper way. I dance, but I don't really dance. But I can follow rhythm and follow the accents. If I need to do something, I'll do it with 100% my heart. So I sing, I dance, I can sometimes diss people out, and I can draw.
Woohoo! Okay, that's good. And last but not the least, how do you identify?
I identify as a cisgender guy, as a male, a gay male. And I use drag as my uniform to present my arts to the world.
Okay, so am I right to actually say that your pronouns are he, him when out of drag, and in drugs they are she, her?
Yes, exactly, totally correct. Even though I don't really give a fuck. Like when I'm in drag, like in the sense that if somebody that has known me as Alan all their life, and they mistake and they make a small mistake and they call me with a he, I'll still answer, of course. Like there's the reality with respecting people, and also the reality with not being too much politically correct.
Okay, so let me ask you this, because this is quite interesting for me now. But yeah, what is your real relationship with pronouns? Like, in the sense, do you like them? Do you use them? Do you think they're correct? Do you think they're just a waste of time? I don't know.
I think pronouns, like as far as my male persona, so myself, like in life, I think pronouns are useful because they make you feel comfortable with who you are and how you are presenting to the world. I think they're useful, and they're useful to make people understand what is your reality and your identity.
That makes absolute sense. Exactly. I do understand that, and I share that with you. Now, let's talk about you, dear Aura Eternal Visage.
Yes. We are manifesting right now. If I'm able to show myself again in an international season, and finally as a pretty seasoned queen instead of like the one that is being created in front of the cameras, the thing one of the things that I will love most about this new experience is being called Eternal Visage, like as my real like new name, like as a...
Well, you changed it recently during one of the... I'm going to talk about the moment that actually saw your rebirth in terms of drag. So, all right, Eternal Visage, I guess because I know I've been one of your fans since season 2 of Drag Race Italia when you appeared there in the workroom with your signature walking style on heels, which I really loved anyway.
That's okay. Body shaming. This is homophobia.
Absolutely not. You know that we just really loved
that was my walk, because I didn't walk. Like when I say I was born right in front of the cameras of Drag Race Italia, I really mean it. I was at the conservatory studying my instrument and my jazz singing up until like the year before. So I was still doing makeup at my house, and I never did a gig in discos or like shows
But wait,
or
that didn't
whatever.
really show that. I mean, the Italian audience came to know you with Drag Race Italia season 2, and then the international audience came to know you with She's the
Yes, but
Queen
it was.
of the Universe. I love it. Oh,
Oh yeah.
um, well,
Yes, I love
oh
that.
my God.
Really?
Really, listen. When me and my husband saw that you were on Queen of the Universe, we were like, you should have seen us. Oh my gosh, she's on TV now, on international TV.
Yeah, and it
You in
was
the
such a
UK.
bizarre experience. When you live in in a small reality, that being like my
Yeah.
bedroom or what I see on social media, so you have control of what you choose to see.
Yeah.
It's different than when you live in a world where like real drag veterans do this in like for years and years and years. So when I came to Drag Race Italia, I didn't even know what spirit gum was, and and my walking on heels was not there because I didn't develop a foot that was like able to walk in heels because
Oh.
I never did. So when Queen of the Universe happened, I don't know if I can say that this, but yeah, fuck it. It's been like a month and a half / 2 months after the filming of Drag Race Italia. So I was still me.
Was it?
Yeah, I was still me. That like the Aura Eternal that just finished filming, and then I did Queen of the Universe. It just aired, and a year later. That's why I say that what I miss is a season where I'm actually like conscious.
Yourself. No.
Yes, when I'm actually conscious about things. Like I lived this experience, these experiences being a little. I'm anxiety based by default, but I lived so much weight on me because I didn't know how to approach like a live conversation, like being able to improvise, because it was like so many experiences that I need to live, and I didn't up until that point. So I was still new to the game because it was just like 2 months after I came back to Palermo. I didn't have a place to stay in Rome. I caught COVID. So like up until a week and a half before filming for Queen of the Universe, I was bedridden with COVID, like trying to direct all of the looks and all of the ideas. So it was like a chaos.
Oh my God, I imagine the stress.
Yes, it is still unthinkable how I did manage to like do everything. Some of the most important wigs, like it was like 4 or 3 wigs, came the day before the first episode, and like the first wig was like the one for Take Me to Church, and it arrived at my hotel, and we didn't have a phone, so I couldn't track my order. So I tried to do it in my smart TV that did have like a processor that was like incapable of doing like those things. So it was like, yeah.
Oh, but listen, it didn't really show in the entire season of Queen of the Universe where you participated. I mean, you didn't show any stress. You really just showed, oh, I'm here just to, slay and stay more than just another day.
Thank you for saying this. Thank you for saying this, because what I hear when I'm stressed, I don't really show it, but I can hear it. Like technically, there's some things that I'm critical about. Normally, like I know that Anastasia's week was very strong vocally. I know that the final week was not as strong, and my voice cracked. Why? Because I was very tired, and I'm sorry that things went that way for some episodes, because I really wanted to do even more, and I didn't feel like my body was as strong as my imagination. So yeah, I'm I'm totally grateful about
Let's
it.
not forget that we're all human beings anyway. Let's not forget
Yes,
we're
yes,
all
yes,
human
of
beings.
course. But like when those feelings, like I was singing without you, and while I was singing, I knew that my voice wasn't there, and I thought to myself, I just lost $250,000.
Out
Like,
of Drag Race Italia season 2 and Queen of the Universe, what would you say is the biggest takeaway from each experience?
Drag Race Italia was my first drag family. They supported me and they lifted me up so much, so that they believed in me. Even like La Diamond even adopted me as her drag daughter. So I was really grateful about that and my first interaction with the camera. So the biggest takeaway is my first family in drag, and like being able to see sort of like how things work behind the
Mm-hmm.
cameras. And as far as Queen of the Universe, like the biggest takeaway is Michelle Visage, of course,
Because
because
you
I
changed your surname, your
yes,
drag name,
as an
just to
not just for the name. It was like a promise of love. It was like a love letter.
yeah.
A love letter to her, like the amount of space and time that she took to really understand me and love what I did, even though I wasn't fully developed. I'm very grateful. I would like to consider her one of my friends now.
You're still in touch with her.
Yes. So the biggest takeaway is Michelle Visage and what I needed to do to go even further.
Now,
Like,
let's talk about you a little bit more, your drag. So you put art into drag, even though it's already a very big form of art, right? And you do that with your music, your voice. Now, have you ever thought about a music career over the drag one?
yes, of course. That was my first, like my
Okay.
intentions. Intentions. If I were to win Queen of the Universe, I said to Graham, I would like to buy my parents like extinguish the mortgage of my family, and then
That's so
think about
cool.
yeah, and think about a music career. Yes, of course. It is still my first like my first aim.
Well, we can see now that there is a project. I mean, I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about this, but I can see you with Helenia, some
Yeah.
other contestants from RuPaul Drag Race Italia in
Yes.
different seasons. And you sing, you dance, you go around Italy, and you are smashing it, babes. You are doing that. But let's just remind our listeners why I'm asking you this question. You come from a conservatory. So you are graduated at the conservatory in Sicily, am I right?
Yeah. In
In
Sicily,
piano
yes.
and jazz singing, right?
Yes, I did too. Yes.
You see. And how do you think that drag art can actually support your music and vice versa?
Well, um when you are in drag, you are much more vigilant and absorbing,
Mm-hmm.
um, because you have to stay present with the people that are seeing you, that want to talk with you, and what you're seeing to like around to grow. So drag is very useful to music and vice versa because they empower each other. So when I'm in drag, I I become more creative and I can think of a tune or a new riff, or I can maybe listen to a chord in a more concentrated way, because when you're out of drag, you sort of lose like your adrenaline, but when you're in drag,
Mm-hmm.
you're so much high energy that you become so
Attentive,
focused.
vigilant. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, very vigilant. That's why drag and music coexist very well.
Now let's talk about little Aura or little Alan, as you
Yes.
wish. How was growing up queer in Sicily?
Actually, I would say maybe something unpopular. It was pretty comfortable.
Okay, that's that. You see, that's how times are changing, and
Yes.
also populations are
But you know
maybe.
why? Because I always grew around people that were maybe ready to welcome this kind of reality, because
Mhm.
I've done theater from age 7 to age 12, I've done musical schools. Like when I was in high school and my middle school, it was always with a musical like program. So I was always with fags.
You're always with rainbow people. Let's put it that way, babes. Right?
No, fags. No,
Okay.
I was.
Well, we
No,
don't get offended. We call fags ourselves sometimes.
exactly. We need
But
to laugh about those things. No,
of course, we need
I've always
to be
I've always
empowered
been
by what other people say. It's an offense to us. So let's get empowered. I like
yes,
it.
exactly. So I was always around queer people, rainbow
Mm-hmm.
people, family, people that didn't really came out, but we all knew, including me, because up until first year of high school, I was
In the
classified.
closet.
Yes, yes, I was straight. Like in my mind,
Yes,
I was completely
very straight.
very
Of
straight,
course,
very straight.
we all saw that, right?
Yes,
So
exactly.
let's talk about you coming up now. So you said up until the first year of high school, but how was you coming out to your family?
My coming out didn't happen until 2020, actually. So my classmates knew, my
Hmm.
professors, few of them knew, a few of them imagined, a few of them liked to imagine myself still being straight. But when there was a period in my life where I was struggling mentally very much, and it was right before Drag Race Italia, and I suffered from a major depressive episode, and the disassociation that I was talking to you about, um, and in my mind I was trying to eliminate all of the things that could make my head heavy. So I was
Sure.
excluding possibilities. And so I said, what if I come out like in a very like loud way, like voicing it out? Let's say this.
Hmm.
And I thought about it. I gathered my parents, and then I told them. It didn't make me, it didn't help me recover. So that wasn't the root problem of my illness at that time, but it surely made an impact to the people that didn't hear it. My family always knew. They took it like as
So a
champions.
good reaction, I'd say.
Yes, it's a very good, very calm uh, reaction. The only person that I saw kind of struggling mentally was my mother, because she was afraid of what people could do to me.
But where do you take your inspirations for drag from?
Divas of the 90s, Italian actresses, MILFs, babysitters. Uh, like, I'm, it was, it is like, I want to look like a person that you cannot get, and you cannot guess their age.
Okay,
Uh,
okay.
you can very well being from 25 to 54.
You decided that you wanted to be a drag, right?
Yes.
When did this happen?
This happened around season 7 of Drag Race US.
Oh, okay. Wow. So you matured it during the 5 years before you're coming out. But how, I've always wanted to understand, how do you deal with the double identity of who is Alan in real life and who is Aura Eternal Visage? Do they have two different identities? Do they match? Do they, I don't know, clash?
No, they're just like Aura is the extended version of Alan,
Mm-hmm.
and Aura is the antidepressant of Alan. That's very
No! Let's light this up a little bit. Let's make it, little bit kinkier,
as much
hotter.
as you want, bitch.
Oh, yes, mate. Let's do that. It's the moment for.
I was waiting for this moment only.
What is the weirdest place where you have had a sexual intercourse so far?
So far, that's a really good statement. Okay.
I can see you
I
just thinking because there were too many weird places, right?
not many like many weird moments.
Ooh.
Maybe I think not like next to a freeway.
Woo!
Not because I was selling myself or selling myself out, but
Okay.
it just happened that my house and like my vacation bungalow is like somewhere near like a freeway, and we were just feeling the moment.
Ooh, there was the risk to be seen.
Very
Please.
wild, very wild, very wild, but very like very hot.
Woo! We like some voyeurism. We like it. Have you ever had to fake it?
Yes, like
Ooh.
very recently.
Ooh, tell us more, please.
Very
Let me
recently.
just feel my tea.
Like, let me just feel my D. I was at my house uh,
Okay.
here in Rome, and I had like an interaction with a guy, and it was just so cringy because he was feeling it too much, but it wasn't like the
Ooh.
case. So we were just like still at the petting moments, and
Mm-hmm.
so okay, I like to make you see that I'm enjoying it, but not that it's like when it becomes like a fake demonic possession, like uncanny. So so it was just like he was trying to like I was just relieved like every 10 minutes because I thought he was coming, like that he
Okay.
was like at the climax, so
Yeah.
I would lift myself from that burden, but no, he was just it was just him trying so much, and it was like even though it was just like
Too
giving
much.
like little touches and little kisses, it was just like moaning and moaning. It was just like so embarrassing, and
So you
like
didn't
I
get
had
to the
no,
point.
because
Oh.
I tried to fake it, and then I just was too cringed out. And I'm a very like I understand everything about sexuality. I understand everything about body because I'm very body positive. I don't really give a fuck even if someone isn't. Even if he isn't what we are imagining them to be, is not a problem because if you like an interaction, you make the best out of every situation. But that one was just too demonic.
No, thank you.
No, no.
And what is the kinkiest thing you've ever done in sex?
Oh my goodness, I'm not okay. I have so many
You
things
got an angel face, but we know you're kinky inside. Come on.
inside, but I still didn't have the chance to do like that many kinky stuff. Kinky, okay.
I don't know,
Uh,
kinky, very fetish thing. I don't know, whatever you think it's a bit out of the ordinary. You were not in a missionary position, let's say so.
yes. Okay. I was. I've been put upside down, but that is kind of like normality now. Like it's like
Yeah,
it is like saying I've been fucked with with somebody that had boots on. Okay, it's normal now, Karen.
it is. Yeah.
Yes. So if we are counting these stupid things, I didn't do nothing really that much kinky. I'm sorry. I've been a little. I've been passionate, but I've been boring. Just not the right person, I think.
Okay, so you need to find the right. Okay, over here we're accepting enrollments. We need to find someone for Aura to be kinky as F. And the hottest moment of this episode is officially closed. Let's get back to be serious just for a couple of minutes.
Yes.
We've spoken about so many important things, and I think that one thing that's very important for me to understand, but when did you start understanding, realizing that you were not fitting into those stupid standards of sexualities, of identities that our society wants us to still adapt to?
I think in middle school I did have a taste, but because in this situation, I think that sexuality sometimes really makes you think about what you really want, because
Hmm.
it's not sometimes it's a mixture of heart and your feeling towards a person. So like middle school and then in high school, I stopped pretending I was somebody else, because I really thought in my mind that being like a little ambiguous was
Hmm.
a part of everybody. And then I learned that it was like actually my identity. So there are straight people, there are gay people, there are people that are in a spectrum, and this I understood in my high school. So middle school first taste, high school final like affirmation.
So I think we reached the right moment for the question of this podcast.
Yes.
So, when did you finally accept your identity and stopped giving a fuck about what other people thought?
About 4 to 5 months ago.
So it's quite recent.
Yes, I've
How did
changed
you come to that
my,
realization?
because I was living myself so much as aura, even being out of drag, with
Hmm.
my chopped and thin eyebrows, with my long hair, with my nails, and that's a reality for many people. But I was I was becoming too much aura, and I realized it was like a barrier that I put with the world. And then when I realized I still needed to love Alan, I still needed to make him grow and make him learn stuff. I started
Hmm.
like being on a more healthy diet. I'm going to the gym. I'm cutting my hair. I'm relying so much more on my skincare regimen and my healthiness. So, like 4 to 5 months ago, I realized that I could be everything, even outside of drag. Uh, and Michelle Visage said it to me: the same power that you have in drag, you have out of drag, and that stayed with me. But I really uh, heard it now.
My love, we're almost close to the end of this episode, but I do have another question that I would really love to ask you.
Yes.
Is there any suggestions that you would like to give to a young queer person that is finding it hard to accept themselves for who they really are?
Yes, 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 yes. The first advice that I would give is don't live your emotions too much inside of your head, because you can end up living your life inside of yourself instead of like sharing it. So if you're struggling, say it. If you're living a bad moment, voice it out. Voicing it out makes a huge difference, instead of like living by yourself. So I if I have this suggestion. It could be an object. It could be a person. It could be a parent. But if you need to say something, voice it out first, and then it becomes more easy to live as your reality.
That's very touching. And
Thank
I,
you.
and I think we should be all voicing it out and rely on our
Yes,
friends, because in any case we are not alone, even when we think we are.
exactly. In a friend is a friend, especially in those times. We say too much. Oh, if you need me, call me, no matter where you are, no matter how far. But there's people that really mean it, and you have to count on those people that really mean, like
True.
you being able to call at 4 a.m. without even questioning or wanting to be questioned about what you're living. You have friends that they are capable of letting you or making you through those moments. So voice it out. Please ask for help.
Well, Aura, this episode of I-DENTIT-IS The Podcast is officially and unfortunately
Sadly,
over.
over.
Oh, I truly, truly, truly enjoyed chatting with you, and I hope
Me too.
that all the things we touched, oh, thank you,
Me too.
would be helpful to our listeners.
Me
Thank
too.
you, Aura, for your time.
You've been very sensitive and smart, and I really wish you the best.
Thank you so much. Let me just start some hearts.
Do it
Yay!
too. No, I
I
want to
love
do
it.
it.
Laura, I really thank you for your time. I know you're very busy, and we've been running after each other for the past few days. But
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you so
Grazie
much.
mille, bello.
Grazie a te, Samuele.
And remember, you are perfect the way you are. So please, be unique, be yourself. Don't give a fuck.